TikTok views are down, engagement is much lower, and you're seeing way less views than you did even 6 months ago. You are not alone, and this really is the case. I work with hundreds of creators and some of the biggest creators that you know on TikTok, and they are seeing even a drastic decline in their engagement and their views. So let's talk about what's going on, why it's happening, and ultimately what you can do about it. Now, most people don't realize how much is actually going on in the world. You have the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, you have politics, you have natural disasters that are happening right now. There's so much content that is breaking news right now that is taking over TikTok. And on top of that, you have TikTok Shop as well that's getting pushed for Q4 with Black Friday, with Christmas, all of those ads that are getting pushed. Between all of those things, even like last year in Q4, there's not as much room for our content on TikTok. But there are creators that are still getting views, and I'll get into exactly how you can do that for yourself. First, I'm seeing the average views go down about 30 to 50% depending on the account. I'm also seeing engagement rates down by as much as 50% as well. There are a lot more videos that are going viral with a lot less engagement. And finally, I'm seeing that it takes 3 times longer for content to kind of reach that peak as opposed to just 6 months ago. Now, with that being said, these are some of the things that are working very well for my clients, myself, and the community that I have. The first thing is to utilize TikTok Live. Now, I'm seeing a ton of people crush it on live right now. There was a creator that made over $1 million in a single live stream. And that goes to show the power of what TikTok's doing with live right now. Now, there are other ways that creators are doing it. For example, I've seen several other creators do this tactic where they post 10 to 30 times per day. And all they do is say something to the effect of,
I have 20 screenshots of you blinking. That's so cap because I don't blink. See, look, this is me not blinking right here. I have not blinked for 14 days. You can even check my live if you don't believe me.
Please do the Tyler dance. Everybody's been asking me to do the Tyler dance live, so for every 15,000 likes, I'm doing the Tyler dance. Go join my live right now.
And what they're doing essentially is using TikTok Live as a formula to go ahead and push their videos to the For You page. Because one of the ways that TikTok Lives are pushed on TikTok is through your videos and the blinking light. So when you go live, not only is your live going to get pushed, but videos are also going to get pushed to the right people so that they can go ahead and join your live. And what they're doing is posting 10 to 30 times a day, trying to utilize that testing that TikTok does with your videos. You know how you get 200 to 300 views when you post? They're doing that at scale. So 10 to 30 times a day, they're getting 200 views times that, even if the algorithm's not working as well as it should. Now, do I promote this? Do I think you should do this? Not for most people, but if you strictly go on live, you probably don't have or don't even care that your account actually looks like that. But for most people that are creating a brand, a personal brand, they have a business, they're trying to do these things, it's not as strategic to do that. But what you could do is you could do it maybe once a week and just say, hey, if you see this blinking light, I'm live. I'm talking about TikTok growth, the algorithm, and all of those things. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and ask me a question and I'll see you in my live. Something like that, right? And so you can go ahead and do that and try to utilize that tactic without abusing that tactic. Now, the second thing that I see with creators that are crushing it and creators that are struggling right now is the topic. The topic matters so much. When you have a algorithm that's full of a bunch of breaking news and trending things, you have to be inside of those conversations. And so it's not as much about the actual format. You could succeed with several different formats on TikTok about the same topic, but the topic is what is actually trending and getting pushed right now. Now, one of the ways people are doing that is just starting and jumping into conversations that are already happening right now, and they're doing that constantly and consistently. You can go ahead and do that. There's another thing that people are using, which is the Creator Search Insights tool. I don't like the Creator Insights tool for 99% of things, but there is one little thing that I do like, and they have this thing called the content gap. And so if you're looking for ideas and those things, there is a spot that's called the content gap where TikTok is looking for more content. You can go ahead and make a video on those topics. And what you're able to do is go ahead and click the little button next to it and actually record your video right then and there on the TikTok app and right where you're prompted to in the Creator Search Insights tool. And that allegedly helps. TikTok allegedly likes you using their tools. They always have liked that. And so I've seen some creators get better results than average doing that. But I'm not going to go ahead and say that it's a magic tool by any means, but it does do what I'm talking about when I talk about trying to find the best trends and the things that are trending right now and the things that lack supply in terms of the amount of videos that are getting created around that topic, for you to go ahead and add yours to that supply where you may make the best best video in that supply, and that's the video that goes viral. Now, the third thing that I'm seeing is there's a lot less video that's highly, extremely produced and extremely scripted, and there's a lot more authentic content, selfie content like you're talking on FaceTime that is working a little bit better. And this also includes businesses and corporations and things that are trying to advertise on TikTok. In general, the feeling of TikTok is a lot more authentic. So I would go ahead and take your production value down even a little bit. And it's something that I'm doing as well. I'm doing a lot more green screen videos. I'm doing a lot more just selfie content. I still have good audio, but it's not like the video has to be in 6K. I have a lot of video production, a lot of cameras, 6K cameras and those things that I'm not using as much right now. The next thing is TikTok's going to continue to grow as a search engine. So when I'm doing a lot of searches on TikTok, I'm seeing a lot of micro tutorials that are lasting for months and months on end. For example, I have a couple micro tutorials about TikTok SEO, TikTok algorithm, how I do hashtags and those things. And those videos are still doing extremely well right now because for the people that are searching those out, they're getting passive views, a lot like a YouTube. And so it's not as much about having the perfect amount of hashtags and doing the perfect hashtag research, but it's doing the small things of adding captions, adding keywords in your caption, adding a few hashtags if it helps you get ranked. Especially if you guys are beginners, you can worry more about the SEO in that light in terms of getting categorized, which is the categorization on top of the search bar. That matters a lot for trust with TikTok because that's telling TikTok they know exactly what you're talking about and which audience you should be pushed to. And so if you can continue to get categorized over and over again, you're gaining trust about what your audience wants to see from you and what you talk about. And so you're able to go ahead and do that with SEO. Now, the bigger that you get, the less you have to worry about that. There are plenty of creators that don't do any hashtags, don't use any captions and still go viral. It's because they have that authority and trust with TikTok that they've earned by posting and getting good engagement and getting people to watch over and over again. They don't have to break that barrier that some beginners have to break in terms of SEO categorization and getting your content viewed by the right people to go ahead and roll that snowball down the hill to get a lot more consistent viewers that watch all the time, and TikTok will continue to push it from there as you become the best creator in that topic. Now, I actually created something called the Creator Workflow Tool that takes you from A to Z on your content creation. And it takes into account a lot of the things we talked about, good brainstorming, finding that perfect topic, modeling your videos after topics and scripts and hooks and things that have already worked. Not copying, but modeling. And it helps you become a part of that conversation that's happening in your specific topics. And it actually comes free when you join my paid community, $99 lifetime access right now. If you want to continue to grow on TikTok, watch this video right here because this is the video that YouTube thinks you should watch.